I remember when my father went to Sweden. Now that was in the early 60s. Must have been 1964. The trip was to do with his work in insurance, and him a union representative. Looking back now, it was extraordinary that he got to go on such a trip. In them days, people in Ireland never went to the continent, except for a few that had holidays in Spain or went on pilgrimages. But off he went, anyway. And I remember going to the airport with the family and seeing him off on an old Viscount. When he came home, he had all sorts of things to tell. We heard about Smorgasbord and Aquavit. It seems the Swedes were a bit too fond of the old Aquavit. I remember him telling us that a Swede told him, they spoke English even in them days, that he had got to know them better in a week than he would another Swede in 6 months. But what made the most impression on me was the dad's story of the Vasa. This was a ship that had been built in the 17th century and had sunk in Stockholm harbour on its maiden voyage. For centuries it had lain there, well preserved, at the bottom of the harbour, and in 1960 they actually raised it and put it in a specially built museum on shore. Now the Irish party went to visit it, and the dad brought home a little book about it, with a great picture of the Vasa on the cover. Now in them days, and me a chiseler, I was fascinated by old ships and the sea, and so I lapped that up. I spent a lot of time poring over the picture and drawing it myself. In fact, the Vasa became a part of me life, me inner imagination. I've never forgotten it either. I thought of the Vasa as a ghost ship, sailing the 7 seas that had never got to sail in life, with a ghostly crew. And I thought the things that are destroyed at the beginning are preserved, to go on living their life even at the bottom of the sea.